Well, here to discuss this further is James Stockdale from the Institute of the Motor Industry. Good morning, James.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. Firstly, what does the research reveal about parents' attitudes towards the quality of their children's education in this area?
Well, it's very interesting research, and particularly around the Nottingham area. What the research gave us was that, parents think that the government cuts have affected the quality of the children's education, and that was 25% of parents felt that. But I think what is equally as interesting is the 55% of parents think that the change in the leaving age is a good idea. And we think that's a very interesting statistic coming back. What we would question in that is that, are parents seeing that as the school leaving age, or are they seeing that as the education participation age? Because I think what is being lost is the message that actually it isn't the school leaving age, it's the education leaving age, which includes routes such as apprenticeships from age 16.
Right. I'm glad you mentioned this because we had the same conversation in the office yesterday. Because we were saying, some people were saying, you can't keep them in school till they're 18 because some of them don't want to be in school. And I was saying, well, I don't think they'll be around death. I think it will be about education, whether that's formal education or informal education. But it's interesting, the 55%, because that's, okay, it's over 50, but it's not really, waving the flag, is it?
Well, it isn't, and part of it, I think, does, give the question, well, are people focusing in on the school leaving age there, or are they, appreciating that this is actually including vocational routes such as apprenticeships? And, I think we need to drill down further into what does this mean, because, some additional research that we've carried out recently at the Institute of the Motor Industry found that 80% of those that we asked the question to didn't believe that careers advice and guidance offered a balanced choice. And in that, it was really the finding that, people are being, learners particularly, are being pushed towards sort of A-level and academic options, but they're not being given the full detail about apprenticeships and vocational routes. And, that's something that needs to be addressed, and particularly, if we're going to achieve the very ambitious targets that the government has set around apprenticeships.
Yeah. So why do you think that the increase of the number of apprenticeships to 3 million is unachievable?
We're nervous about the achievement of that target. During the last Parliament, we saw 2.2 million apprentices, delivered. Now, this 3 million target is a massive increase on that. Unless we do something to really advocate the vocational route, such as apprenticeships, through the careers advice and guidance in schools, the awareness about apprenticeships is not going to be out there. We believe that a big job has to be done to clearly articulate that apprenticeships are, using the Prime Minister's words, the new norm, and that A-levels aren't the only route from 16 onwards.
Yeah. Because you're from the motor industry, and people have always said throughout the years, if you learn about the motor industry, you learn mechanics, you can go anywhere in the world with that trade.
Absolutely. You really do pick up some the lifelong skills, if you move into an apprenticeship in the motor trade. And, it's such an exciting time as well in the trade, because we're seeing, evolution of electric car technology. We're seeing drivers.
I don't think I like that, but I understand it from your point of view.
Yeah, from the skill set, and development, and, it really is an exciting time to get into the sector and be involved in these developments. And, it does deliver those lifelong skills, and coming into the automotive trade really does set you on a really good career trajectory, which we really do sing from the rooftops.
Yeah, and when you look at countries like Australia that are very specific, aren't they, about the trades that they want, people coming into their country, they will say things like the motor trade, they will say things like hairdressing, which are very specific trades.
Yeah, they do. And, you know, I think in many ways we're following suit in the UK. You know, we're sort of advocating that, you know, that there are apprenticeships to support those trades, you know, across the plethora in the UK.
Yes.
But I think what we've got to do is get in and deliver the message where it is most required about these apprenticeship programs. And that, you know, I think is post-16 and advocating that there are these vocational apprenticeship programs available to young people.
Okay. We've got lots of young people listening. You can speak directly to them, James. How are you going to encourage them to look towards an apprenticeship?
Well, I would say that, you know, an apprenticeship is an earn while you learn. You know, you can earn money while you're out there learning. You can roll up your sleeves and, you know, you can really do the job and learn while gaining a qualification that underpins your apprenticeship. It'll set you up for a really good career trajectory. You know, really look into apprenticeships. Don't just, you know, go down the A-level route if you don't think that's right for you. Investigate an apprenticeship. The IMI has a lot of resources available to give you an idea of what apprenticeships are out there, what occupations there are in the motor sector, and we would encourage you to go to our website, which is www.theimi.org.uk.
The
yeah.
.org.uk.
Yeah.
Lovely. James Stockdale from the Institute of the Motor Industry. Thanks a lot for coming on. You've got me convinced, you see.
Excellent. Job done.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye now.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
You're listening to 97.5 Kemet FM.